I'm John Dalgity, and I'm leaning on the pitchfork with Tracy and Matt.
Tracy and Matt. Wow, there we go.
Nice.
Very formal, Jonathan.
Good. Nice. All right. Welcome to the one and only Everything About Nothing podcast. Leaning on the Pitchfork. I am Matt.
I'm Trace, also known as Tracy.
Tracy.
And we have our guest here, John Dalgity, Jonathan Dalgity, a well-known person from Almont. Family's well-known in Almont. And you've got...
You're the only one that calls me Jonathan.
I know. I told Matt that. He told me today, he says, Jonathan or John? I'm like, John.
Yeah.
I said, I think I'm the only one that calls him Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got
Nice.
those old names, you have to call them like the full... It's like...
That's fine.
It's like Doug,
Or
like,
Tracy.
No, not Tracy. Like Douglas. Like,
Matthew?
yeah, but see, I call you Matthew the odd time.
Yeah. I get Matthew from
Yeah.
people. Usually when I'm in trouble or something. right?
Yeah. Oh, I got Tracy a lot when I was in trouble. Tracy at home. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh my God.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome aboard.
You have taken on a big adventure.
Another one.
Another one, yes. Yes. You have organized the Hockeyville, Kraft Hockeyville.
I have, yeah.
And has made an effort and to get us onto you just go ahead and start talking about it.
Okay, so Kraft Hockeyville, it's a competition. It's been going on for quite a few years now. If we win it, $250,000 towards our community center and an NHL game at home in Almont.
Nice. There'll be more NHL players
That's
than there will be
amazing.
in Almont. Than people.
That would be a preseason game probably?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So the first one, it's been running since 2006. Salmon River, Nova Scotia was the first one. And I was surprised, it's ever been nominated around here at all?
I'm not sure if it has. I don't think it has.
I don't think it has. No. And when you're looking it up, Beckwith is doing it too, right?
Beckwith. I did see Beckwith. So what do you have to do to nominate it?
So all we had to do was register.
Yeah.
And if you Google Kraft Hockeyville,
Yeah.
you get to their page and look up. There's several ways to find our community center, John Levi Community Centre, Mississippi Mills, KOA 1AO. There's different ways to find it. Mm-hmm. Once you do find it, you can submit a video, photographs. You can put a letter in there, and every time somebody does that, we get points.
So we can do...
So I actually did a little bit of research. I did see that. So they're rally points.
Yeah.
Right. So you add a photo of your arena for 3 points, right? Add an encouraging note for your arena for 1 point.
Yeah.
React with emojis to stories and videos for 1 point.
Can you submit a video? Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Submit
So we can
a
record
written
them.
or video. Yeah, we could do that. And the nominations close March 6th. So if we record this, put it on, right? And then people react to it up until March 2nd, I say we would get quite a few rally points.
It's 10 points, I believe, for a video.
Yeah, for a video or a written story. Yeah.
And what we did find out, there's they're very strict in the submissions. The first video we put up, it takes 72 hours to get approved or not.
Oh, okay.
They came back and they did not approve the first time. When we did kind of a shoot of kids playing hockey, and it picked up an advertisement on the boards in the background.
I see, yeah.
So no logos, no advertisement. You have an advertisement or logo on your sweatshirt there, Trace.
It's a high school.
But unless it's NHL, they want. So we had to go back and blur everything out. And anybody submitting that kind of stuff.
I'm recording at the table.
Anybody submitting that kind of stuff have to.
So the video would be way more difficult for the submission as opposed to the written story.
If you know this ahead of time, and just make sure there's no advertisement that you're picking up in the background. But the videos would be awesome. They're 10 points each, and that would really help us.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to video you for a few seconds, and you do your little blurb. Ready?
Okay, Mississippi Mills, we need you to get out there, go to Hockeyville, Kraft Hockeyville, and get us some points. Put up your videos, put up your pictures, put up your blurbs. We would love to have the $250,000. We're trying to get the $250,000 to put a functional canteen in the community center, which we need, as well as some work in the kitchen upstairs. We're kind of dysfunctional that way in our arena, and it'd be a huge bonus. Plus, having an NHL game in Alma, how awesome would that be?
Especially if it was a Montreal
Oh,
Canadiens.
no, but that's amazing. Yeah, and
Can I talk about it? Can you mention
canteen-
the team in the video?
Probably.
every arena needs a good canteen and a good kitchen
Yeah.
upstairs for sure.
Oh shit, Jonathan! I forgot to record. I'm just recording now.
Okay.
You know what though?
we'll-
We have the audio.
Yeah.
We can take the audio and then we can put like a montage of pictures or something.
Yeah.
Right. And that
Would you
a
be
video.
willing to do that?
Absolutely.
There you go.
100%. So I'm looking at the
I'm still
website.
recording.
Actually, I took this from the website. So you may have already said this before, but so the competition begins with the nomination and the rally phase.
Yeah.
That's where we are right now, during which communities across Canada submit stories explaining why their community should be the next Kraft Hockeyville, which is what you just did. So then the judges will review the nominations, calculate the total scores, and select the top 4. So then with that, they get 4 finalists. Then with the top 4, they compete head to head in a round of voting to determine the winner. And I guess that turns into like a bit of a reality show almost.
Yeah.
And then they announce it live, don't they? On one of the
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
nice.
That's amazing. That's good.
That's good.
So
That is a big undertaking you have taken on.
you can't
That is.
score if you don't shoot, and that's what we're doing. So
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's the famous quote from your favorite hockey player, Trace?
Got his bells rung?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, or
Oh, that's Wayne. Yeah. No,
Wayne
no,
Gretzky.
no, Wayne Gretzky.
yeah, that's a good quote though.
Sure it is. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to find a quote from Bobby Orr, because let's admit it, Bobby Orr is the best hockey player there ever was.
Oh my God! So the debate begins.
There is no
Right.
debate, I
They
don't
got
think.
Mario Lemieux,
Wayne
throw him in there.
Gretzky had to play during the times of Bobby Orr play. He would be a schmucking little pile of wussy on the ice. You like that description?
Oh my
But you've
God.
never been called that before, has it?
All right, should we do some shout out? Or I forgot to do Balderdash. Should we just say that?
Did you forget to do a? I have. I haven't. I'll
You-
do
you
it,
have
and
it.
then
I forgot.
You know the game. Jonathan's looking at us like, what now? You know the game Balderdash?
heard of it.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to learn about it tonight.
Okay, and I forgot. So yeah, it's all. Maybe it'll work out better this way.
Maybe. How many times today at work, Matt, did I remind you?
Yeah, I know.
I
Okay,
know.
so
Typical work husband.
So some shout outs, okay?
Yeah.
So a huge shout out, thank you to the North Lanark Regional Museum for letting us record in their museum. Back in the tea room here, I see we got a lot of donations here, a lot of old books and neat stuff.
Yeah, I guess we just got a big donation.
Yeah.
And we're also in the process, well, I shouldn't say we, because I'm not really doing a hell of a lot, but the new exhibit is getting set up, so...
Yeah, no, that's exciting. In spring, I know it's February, but spring is in the air. Like the days are feeling. I know we just got a huge pile of snow, but the days are getting a little longer, and I don't know. I'm just feeling it. Like I'm looking forward to doing the podcast in here once spring rolls around. It'll be nice when it's.
We're gonna do a paranormal one some night. Are you gonna stay with us all night while we...
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Would you do it with us?
Sure.
We should have like people coming and going.
I don't know how that'll work. We'll have to figure that out. That'd be a one long podcast, I think. So,
That's okay.
All right. Okay.
We can totally do. We could break it up into segments.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we have it. That could be a special one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
I like it.
Any other shout-outs?
Yeah. Also, our last guest, Sandy Gibson, for coming on the podcast. His space musical apparently was a hit. Mm-hmm. Both shows sold out. So congratulations to that, and thanks for coming on, Sandy.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He was a fun guest, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Is that last? All right. I've got some shout-outs.
All right.
I'm going to do a big shout-out to us farmers. While City Slickers enjoyed their nice snowfall and did a bit of shoveling here and there, us farmers dealt with snow, plus taking care of our livestock, plus dealing, and then on top of everything else, some of us farmers had to deal with tractors that would break down in the middle of the snowstorm and all that. So, the famous saying is schools may be canceled, buses may be canceled, stores may be closed because of the snowstorm, but farmers will be working today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. What did I say to you when I came into work on Tuesday, Matt?
Don't talk about. Don't say anything about how awesome all the snow was. Or,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just didn't talk about snow once.
and if I had to
I
heard
like
one-
winter. So
Yeah, Matt loves winter. I don't.
Yeah.
And if I had to hear one
yeah, it was pretty
person-
good. That was pretty good.
talk about how they had to shovel their driveway or their walkway 3 times yesterday, I was going to slap them. Yes. Big shout out to our road crew.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I went into town the other night. I had to run into the drugstore, and I phoned my mom and I said, "You would not even realize this would have been Monday night." Yeah, Monday night. I ran into Shoppers. I said, "You would not even realize that we had a snowstorm. The roads are, like even the back roads, they're plowed nice and wide.
Yeah.
In town, it was unbelievable. Get to Barhaven yesterday, and like people are walking on the side of the streets because they and I don't get me wrong, Almont's like there's no comparison in size to Almont to Ottawa, but holy hell, people! Like,
Well, I think a big
you
difference
should have
too.
the equipment to be able to provide.
But it's the size of the properties too. They're so small. There's nowhere to put the snow, right?
Yeah, true. I guess that's what happens to these friggin' what do you call those? Where there's a whole bunch of houses all together at once.
The suburbs?
Subdivisions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
subdivision.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jonathan for doing Hockeyville.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. No, that's fantastic. I can't wait
Yeah,
to
it'll
check
be fun.
that out and
Yeah.
gain some rally points. It's awesome.
We do.
Yeah.
We got to get people out there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Also, a shout out to the people who collect our garbage. They have to deal with this weather. They have to be outside doing this, dealing with snowbanks, everything like that, and all that. So shout out to them. That is a totally thankless job.
It is. Yeah. There's so much stuff to go through as well, and just the sorting now with garbage. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot to it, and you also have like the impatient drivers behind you that they
Yeah.
deal with.
I
so-
throw a garbage can at them.
I think I've
that's
seen
just
that
me.
a few times. Yeah.
I'd like to do a shout out to our Almont Pharmacy. Have you ever dealt with the Almont Pharmacy in town? The new one? They're
Oh, yeah.
absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Heard that several times.
Oh, amazing. It's so nice to call and get an actual person answering the phone. And it's even sweeter walking in and you hear, "Hey, Trace." They know who you are. There's absolutely... Anyways, so for entertainment purposes, I have everybody's name here. And Abby Shake, or Abby as I call him,
Okay.
very kindly gave me the... is it the phonics way of how you say the names properly?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Phonetic.
So, phonetic, that's it. So, Abhishek, Himanshu, Kiur, and Anika,
All right.
who is actually Abby's wife. They're the owners. So really, she's the big boss. She's the one behind the scenes that probably does everything. Sorry, that's a little dig. But, anyways, they're amazing. Like, they're absolutely amazing. You drop off your prescription and they say, okay, maybe tomorrow. It's not 3 to 10 days or whatever, and you always get the right stuff, and they're building up a little store there with some other stuff, and they're wonderful. So shout out to them. And Abby said he'd love to come onto the pharmacy, onto the podcast and talk.
That's
so.
fantastic. Yeah, that'd be great.
And also the people who donate to museums.
Yes, I was thinking that too when I saw all this. Yeah, we should encourage if anyone has anything valuable or worthwhile to donate for this museum.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know how they take the donations.
I don't know,
how that works, but
That's Doreen and Ed's,
yeah.
and
No, that's good. Yeah,
all that.
Well, there's some fantastic stuff in here for sure.
there we go.
Yep.
So that's our shout outs.
All right. Yeah, and also Equator Coffee. Thank you.
Equator Coffee,
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
Trace. Thank you.
not a problem.
And we'd like to extend our gratitude to you, the good listeners, for tuning in. Without your support and feedback,
There we go.
it drives us to do this podcast.
It does.
So thank you.
And we have, and actually, we jokingly said that we should be like welcoming people from other countries and their language. So, like, was it you and I had this conversation, or was it Mom and I?
I don't recall that.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe
That sounds pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some listeners in Keiko Islands.
Oh yeah, all over
yeah?
the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
You're
out there.
you're on a famous podcast, I tell you.
According,
awesome.
to the website where we host the podcast, like if I look at the statistics, what do we got here? Let's take a look here. Oh, Philippines. We got one in the Philippines now. Like I have a feeling some of these are just, one in in Mexico, one in Germany, 9 in the United States, 86 in Canada. That was the past 2 weeks
There we go.
of all time. With some New Zealand, we have a few. France, England, Ireland, South Africa, Philippines, Cayman Islands.
The Russian never came back, though, eh?
5, Russia.
Oh, we have 5 now in Russia.
5 downloads. Yeah. So it could be the same person or 5 different people. We'll see.
That's right. You never know.
801 in Canada. So
There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
some pretty good stats there. So hopefully that'll help the Kraft Hockeyville.
And you don't have to be
Initiative.
in Canada to vote, right? You can, do you?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
no. To vote, just go on the site and do it.
Just go on the site.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. And then, so nominations close March 2nd. It's February 19th. So yeah, we got to push that.
There we go.
We'll let
We'll put a thing out
some-
on our high school
yeah, exactly. All right.
folder too. All right. So yeah, Hockeyville. There we go.
And that's John Levi, right?
Yes.
John Levi Arena.
We did a little thing there on Saturday this past. We got a Kraft Hockeyville cutout, like a jersey, and people could stand in front of it, get their picture taken. We put a QR code on it
Oh, perfect.
that would take them to the site to submit it. So you'll see there's 5 or 6 of them up there now. And I got a text today. We're going to put them in several stores and the high school this week.
Oh, the high school would be a great one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. What, did my mom get her picture taken?
Yes, she did.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
And so the QR code would direct you to
Where you submit.
where we submit. So we're going to have to get that maybe, and then we can, or something.
Can you send it to?
Yep.
Yeah.
Send it to Matt, not me.
Or no, send it to you, and then we'll.
Oh, then I can send it to you.
We'll figure this out.
All right. All right. There we go.
Okay. All right.
So when we got here, like I said, there was a big donation, and there was a whole bunch of books donated that were from like 1901, 1905. In them, I found a notice on how to open a book from modern bookbinding. Now, I looked up modern bookbinding to see when the book was written. It was written in... Oh, no, I lost it. Oh, no, here we go. It was written in 1889 by William Matthews. There's been they say there was lots of publications since then. But interesting enough, the history of bookbinding can be traced back to the 16th century when monks used wooden boards to protect their manuscripts. The printing press led to the modern era of bookbinding, and in the 19th century, machine methods became the norm, allowing for large-scale production of books at lower prices. There's a little history of bookbinding. But here's the notice. This is actually quite funny. Hold the book with its back on a smooth or covered table. Let the front board down, then the other, holding the leaves in one hand while you open a few leaves at the back, then a few at the front, and so on. Alternately opening back and front, gently pressing open the section till you reach the center of the volume. Do this 2 or 3 times, and it will obtain the best results. Open the volume violently or carelessly in any one place, and you will likely break the back and cause a start in the leaves. A start in the leaves.
So the leaves would be the
Guess the pages.
the pages. Wow.
Never force the back of the book. A connoisseur many years ago, an excellent customer of mine, who thought he knew perfectly how to handle books, came into my office when I had an expensive binding just brought from the bindery ready to be sent home. He, before my eyes, took hold of the volume and tightly holding the leaves in each hand instead of allowing them free play, violently opened at the center and exclaimed, "How beautifully your binding opens." I almost fainted. He had broken the back of the volume and it had to be rebound. That was from 1889.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, the problems back then.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but it's true. If you have you got a good. Now, do you like to read?
Not books.
Not books.
No.
Matt, you love to read.
Yeah.
You always are
Yeah.
reading.
Oh yeah.
Hardcover or softcover?
It depends.
See, I don't like hardcover.
Yeah, I used to be like hardcover all the way, and now I'm preferring the softcover. It depends on the book. Like if it's a bigger book, if it's something that's 1,000 pages, I like hardcover for some reason. But then it's heavy. That's the only problem, right? But it just keeps it together a little bit more, right? Because
Soft cover, but I don't like the really small soft covers. You know that are like that has to be
a good size.
Yeah.
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 Oh, in my old eyes, I need the
Large
font,
print.
The font size needs to be good. I practically have a magnifying glass for
Large print.
my cheater
Reader's
glasses.
Digest large print books.
Yeah, exactly.
Reader's Digest, is that even still around?
I don't know.
Haven't heard of that one for a long time.
No. I remember my grandma used to always get it.
What, should I ask ChatGPT? Yeah.
Chat.
Or just AI? Yeah. Here, let me. Does Reader's Digest still exist? Oh. I was just wondering if Reader's Digest, does that still exist? Do they still print those?
Yes, Reader's Digest is still around, and they do continue to print editions. It's a pretty enduring publication.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Pardon me. Which actually was funny because one of the things I have written down was, remember when you used to order the tapes and CDs through the mail? What was that called? I can never remember.
Columbia? Was that through Columbia?
I think so.
And you get like 10 CDs for
yeah.
like
Yeah.
$9.99.
Yeah,
and
but it was a scam, I think, somehow.
I'm sure
I don't know. I never did it, but there must have been a catch, right?
I'm sure there had been. Probably you got that and then you had to order.
It was probably like a subscription, really. Like, yeah, you had to keep on doing it or something. I'm not too sure how that worked,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure it was. But yeah, like
it was very appealing too. You get it like this like
catalog.
booklet, this
Yeah.
catalog in the mail, and you'd have all your favorite CDs there. It's like they knew.
I know.
Well,
Tapes. Do you think high school kids listen to this know what tapes? Maybe.
Maybe.
I know some of them like will like it because it's cool. It's older, maybe, but I don't know. Like more vinyl for sure. Tapes would be a tough one. Like VCRs, like VHS tapes. That's a hard concept. Like you tell some kids about that and they don't know.
Or 8-tracks.
No, my favorite though are students or like younger kids with a telephone.
Yeah.
I had one kid who he didn't know how to hang it up, like legitimately. And it's fair, like he's like, "How do you hang?" He didn't know what to do with it. I was like, "Oh, you just put it on this little holster here, right?" But I guess if you don't do it, like my house, we don't have a landline. Like I would say most homes don't have a landline now. Like you should. But,
No.
it's different. The thing with a landline though is they're expensive now for what they are.
Yeah, well, and you can't get them anymore. Like you can't get them anymore. They just don't offer them anymore.
Really?
They offer them like Bell. You can get a phone still, but it's all through the internet.
It's all through. Yeah, there's no.
Like you can get
landline.
a house phone, but
Yeah.
it's not it's not by cable. It's by 5 now or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, okay, all right.
And if power goes out, then you're screwed.
screwed.
Yeah.
You rely on smoke signals. I guess.
Exactly. Well, and of course you have your cell phone too. But
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
yeah, and then you remember the party lines. Like
Party lines. That was a good one. Yeah, I remember those.
everybody knew
That's
everybody's
going-
business because everybody would
That's going way back.
quietly.
I sort of forget how it worked, but it would ring differently.
Yeah, different
right?
rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did
then-
you guys have a party line?
No. I lived in town.
Oh yeah, so you would. We never had a party line, but I mean I know people around.
My
here.
cottage, we had a party line with my aunt and uncle, and yeah, I remember it was different rings. But then if I picked it up,
You could hear.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you do if someone picks up, you can always hear, right? I used to try to sneak in on my brother's conversations, and I would try to slyly pick it up, and every time, like there'd be a little click,
Because
right?
you'd pick up the handle and then you'd put the thing down real fast and then bring it up and then you'd unclick it really slowly and
if he's
then you'd
listening,
hold
he'll
it
know exactly what I'm
it
talking
over
about.
your mouth so you
Yeah.
couldn't hear them breathing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just I don't know,
Yeah.
kids. That's what.
Yeah, oh yeah, every kid did it for sure. But anyways, yeah, the tape and CDs, and I remember when CDs first came out, like that was big.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was like take over. Like 'cause everyone just got rid of their vinyl and they replaced it with CDs. And then they realized after that the vinyl is more valuable than the CDs. And now they're going back and getting their old vinyls or regretting the vinyls, right?
And talking about tapes, what did every kid always do on New Year's Eve with a tape recorder?
No, you record the top songs of the year,
Top
right?
songs of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you learn real quick on your tape recorder that it was record, pause.
Yeah.
So then you click the pause off and it would start to record so that it wouldn't have that loop-de-loop noise in between each one.
And then if you had an old cassette that you didn't listen to anymore, like let's just say like MC Hammer or something, if you put a little piece of Scotch tape at the top, then you were able to record over those
Really?
ones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And then nothing worse than if the tape unravels and then you get a pencil and then you have to wind it up again. And then you do it at the end and you see it's like twisted a little bit. You're like, oh crap. And you're like, this is done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't miss those. Yeah.
Yeah. What childhood things do you think of?
Childhood things. Mostly sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up playing sports.
Yeah, you're a big sports person.
Yeah.
Hockey main.
Hockey when I was younger, broomball.
So yeah, you tell us about your broomball because
Broomball?
this is the World Broomball Association
Really?
is owned by Jonathan.
Oh,
Not owned of it. I'm on the board, the executive.
Oh, then mom screwed it up.
So
But you have a company.
I did, not anymore.
Okay.
I shut all that down, shut my incorporation down, and working at Levi's for the last couple of years. Levi's Home Hardware,
Yeah. No, I know where you work.
476 Ottawa Street.
Your friendly neighborhood hardware store.
I remember broomball when I was younger. Every year it seemed like, our teachers would, we'd gather around, we'd play broomball. It was a big part. And then I don't see it as much
I
anymore.
don't think broomball's. It's a small town.
It's a small town thing.
Maybe that's
it's,
it, yeah.
I started when I was 16.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine and I started basically at the same time, Chris Carroll. And we played, back then, we were playing in Elmont, Carlton Place, Carp, Pakenham, and East End of Ottawa.
Okay.
So we're playing almost every night of the week and tournaments every other weekend. And I moved out west back in the 90s and I started Broomball out there.
Yeah.
I got involved with Broomball Canada and then International Broomball Federation. I'm still with them. I've been all over the world with them.
Nice.
All over Canada, all over the United States, Europe. I just was over in France in October.
Oh, wow.
World Broomball Championship in October and made a trip of it. This is kind of a big story.
I have it down. Jonathan, trip to Europe. So
Okay,
go
yeah.
ahead. This is an awesome story.
So my partner Diane and I, we went over and we followed my grandfather's footsteps from Juno Beach
Oh, nice.
up to the Netherlands to the German border, and we also got in World War One, like Vimy Ridge in the Somme and Passchendaele, Ypres, and it was a trip of a lifetime.
Oh, that's amazing.
Up in the Netherlands in a place called Holten, we found my grandfather's brother, my uncle's grave. And so the whole time I was taking pictures and I was posting stuff, I didn't realize there was like literally hundreds of people following me on the Facebook page watching all these pictures. And when I posted this stuff of my uncle, he was from the Royal Canadian Dragoons when he was killed. He was killed in Germany, and they later moved his body and three others that were killed at the same time to Holten, Netherlands. And when I posted that, the Royal Canadian Dragoons Association seen it on Facebook, and they ended up contacting me, and they sent me more information of what took place and some pictures and a lot of stuff my family never knew about before. So it was quite interesting
awesome.
that way. We when we went to Vimy Ridge, we were in the trenches. We explored the underground tunnels. We were in German bunkers and dugouts, and it was like unbelievable. It was, something was kind of an interest of mine since I was a kid. But to see it with my own eyes and explore it was pretty amazing. When we got to Normandy, we walked on Juno Beach. I walked the entire Juno Beach from one end to the other. And what kind of blew me away was the size of the entire invasion area. I don't know why. For some reason in my head, I kind of envisioned 10 kilometers, the entire invasion area. It's 85 kilometers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's huge.
Yeah, that is huge.
Juno Beach is 10 kilometers.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we walked that 10 kilometers and explored it. We went to Omaha as well. We went to the cemetery, the American Cemetery in Omaha, and it's mind-blowing, the size of it. And to see the graves of 10,000 young men there, 18 to 20-year-olds, it's hard to explain unless you see it. So from Normandy, we kind of followed not really a pre-planned path, but kind of where my grandfather's regiment went, and at one point we had to head over to where the Broomball tournament was, and it was in Mougins, France, and it's right on the Italian and the Swiss border, up in the French Alps. So it was a beautiful drive through the mountains, and that's where the Broomball tournament was. So we ended up doing 10 days up in the mountains, and Ontario team ended up winning the world championship. They beat Quebec in the finals.
Nice. Quebec and Ontario.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But really good time and an amazing place to see. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that sounds amazing. Well, that's such a bucket list
it is.
trip there too.
Yeah.
So that's great.
So I remember you telling me that you're one place where they have to use sheep to mow the lawns.
Yes. There's several places all along where the World War I battles were. Vimy Ridge being one of them.
Yeah.
There's still millions of unexploded ordnance all over the place. And so when you're walking around Vimy and different places in Passchendaele as well, there's fences and there's signs and you just don't walk past them. One guide was telling us 1 out of 3 shells that were launched didn't explode. So you can imagine.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And in these places, they don't use lawn tractors or lawn mowers, and they just put sheep out, and the sheep keep the grass down.
Because they're afraid that it'll...
they don't want to put any
pressure on
heavy weight.
So I guess the odd sheep might go.
They didn't say that, but I'm assuming probably.
Yeah, amazing. It must have been just so surreal.
Yeah.
It was like in Vimy Ridge, going into the Canadian cemetery and seeing all the Canadian boys in there, and it's the ages that like in Vimy as well. There's so many graves that it just says known but to God.
Yeah,
they don't know who they are, and many of them have no graves. They're just on the monument itself.
Yeah, no, it's I can't even imagine, and like, or even to like go to any of the concentration camps or anything like that.
Didn't go to them. No, we could spend months driving around seeing all the different things, and I'd love to go back to Normandy again. There's a lot of things still that I'd like to see there.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and over in Europe, they certainly pay respect to the soldiers. Like on their Remembrance Day, the children all come and put a candle on every grave, and it's a candle they put on, right?
That's in Holten. That's where my uncle is buried. The Netherlands, if they know you're from Canada, they'll treat you like a celebrity.
I've heard that before.
And that's, I had a maple leaf on my jacket when we got there, and I think we drove about 4 hours to finally found a hotel where we wanted to stay, and it was close to where we wanted to go, and it was in Holten. And signed into the hotel, and oh, you're from Canada, and it just kind of started from there. And then we went to dinner and were treated like celebrities at dinner. It was they gave us a free drink and treat us really, really well.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, as much as other countries, and I won't say other countries' names, but as much as other countries like to claim that they were big parts in the war, without a doubt. Canadians led it, without a doubt. You wouldn't always know that when you watch some Hollywood movies because
We don't have a Hollywood.
no,
That's
Yeah.
no, but yeah, no. What a great experience for sure, and
Yeah,
very
it was.
humbling, very humbling, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that so, and there's our morbid talk for this one. We always seem to end
No,
up with
but yeah, that is a trip, something like that I'd like to do at some point
Yep.
for sure in my
I'd
lifetime.
highly recommend it to anybody that we all have, grandparents. Or
Yeah, I have a
family
great
members.
uncle as well that,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a street even named after him. I think it's an area where they,
Is it Gervais?
Harry. Oh yeah, different pronunciations of my name.
We're talking about today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's all the different pronunciations?
Gervais, Gervais, Gervais. I don't know. I just say Gervais.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to Broomball though.
Okay.
I have so where do you play? Like, do you play it on in a rink?
Yeah. So
Same size though. That's
no, it's a hockey rink you play on
on
on the ice surface.
Yeah.
And it's the same number of players on the ice as hockey at the same time. The nets are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
You wear special
Pardon me.
you wear special shoes rather than skates.
Okay.
You have the brooms have changed quite a bit over the years, but they're
Like they sort of have a plastic end to it. Yeah.
and the balls are smaller than a soccer ball. They get quite hard when it's cold.
Yeah.
And it's
It's a rough game.
And so for the
full body contact.
the shoes that you wear, what are the bottoms like?
they're like soft, spongy material.
Okay. All right.
So you don't have 100% grip, but you do have better grip than if you're wearing hard shoes or running shoes, right?
And what kind of equipment do you wear?
Elbow pads, knee pads, shin pads, helmet,
Yeah.
gloves.
Is it just
Chalk strap.
It's I compare like the elite level broomball. I would compare it to like a good junior hockey team.
Yeah.
It's fast and it's hard hitting and it's exciting to watch too.
Are the rules different than hockey?
The what? Sorry.
The rules?
They're very similar. They're
The net's bigger though, isn't it?
The net's a little bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's nice.
Yeah. It's rough. I
fun.
played
Oh,
it
yeah.
a couple of times,
Yeah, yeah.
like back when I was really younger. And and the thing you don't realize is when you're running on ice, like it takes a lot of muscle strength. Like it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the size of it too. That's what I was wondering about the size. If it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Same.
like when you're skating, yeah, you're putting power in it, but you're also you've got that friction kind of carrying you too, right?
When you're
But-
skating, you can coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can't coast. And
yeah, no, it's
broomball's been a big sport in this area.
Oh, yeah,
for,
big,
for
big.
many years. And a couple of weeks ago, they just had the annual broomball tournament in Almont, and I think the very first one was in 1974. So they've had one every year, except for when COVID was on. So without COVID, this would have been the 51st year, I believe.
wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah, no, I
that's,
know broomball's big.
George and Ruth Brown put that on every year.
Oh, do they?
Yep.
How are they doing?
Doing good.
Good. I haven't seen Ruth since she retired. Anyways, so yeah, broomball. Should we do balderdash?
So you'll just say, and then a little bit later we'll.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So I'm going to give you a word definition.
Okay.
All right. There's going to be 3 definitions to it. One of them's the real one. The other 2 I've made up, and you got to try to figure out which one is which. Okay. So the word is cihento. I don't know if I said that actually, but it's CEJIJUNTO. Cigento. A seedless fruit that only produces or grows every 3 years. Eyebrows that are very close. Or the art of glass blowing outside while in well below 0 temperature.
Okay. All right. So we'll
You guys
revisit that.
think about that for a little while?
Okay.
I have to look up and see which one's the actual definition.
no.
Because I did this back a while ago.
Oh yeah, the last one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think I know which one it is, but I can't quite remember.
God.
And I made 2 of them up. That's really sad. Anyway, so yeah. What else we got here? My invention that I discovered today.
What's that?
The hot water.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, you know the squirts, you know, the Mayo or
Mio?
Mio stuff you put in water to. If you'd use hot water and use a little bit of that, it's just like drinking neocitrin minus the medicine.
Yeah. Which I think the neocitrin, the whole point is the medicine, but
But if you're not feeling very
it's comforting.
well,
Yeah,
it's, it's a nice comfort.
It smells like it. It tastes exactly like it. It was actually, if someone out there listening loves neocitrin, but just doesn't want to have it all the time, try that.
Or you've had a neocitrin, or you know.
Well, it could be a bit of a placebo as well, too, right? Maybe you can't really take the drugs or whatever, but you just need that comfort, right? And
maybe. Anyways, yeah.
It's like
we should market this.
like a hot toddy. What's that? Like
a hot toddy is like hot whiskey or
whiskey and honey.
The honey. Is there lemon in there too? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
yeah,
they're good if you got a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll flatten your ass. You'll forget about the cold because you're running buck naked down the street. Anyways,
I'm sure that's happened. That's what's so funny. Yeah.
That's right. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
A little bit of it.
Who do you think is the all-time best Super Bowl performance?
McCartney and that group was in. You talking about halftime? You talking about halftime? Definitely not the one this year.
Oh, I know. Wasn't that just ridiculous?
Yeah, people say there was a lot of subliminal messaging.
Apparently, they say it was the highest watched one so far.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I think they're just saying that.
Maybe I need to see it again. I don't know. But
Well, 20 years ago they didn't have the access that they have now. Too,
Yeah.
So you can't really. Yeah, it's
Whether
kind of
you
like
wanna
Wayne
watch it or
Gretzky
not.
and Bobby Orr, right?
Yeah.
You can't say that Wayne Gretzky's the best when he had all the access he had, plus the Gooners that protected him. I'm making those glances at you, man.
But the best one was 32 years ago.
Yep.
Michael Jackson's.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but it was way better than this one.
Yeah. Like whether you like Michael Jackson or not, and all the controversy set aside or whatever, that was a show like that.
Yeah.
It had everything, especially for the time or whatever. It's just
we were showing the kids at school the different than Prince. Prince is right up there too, but
I like Prince. Yeah, Prince is a good one.
But I have to agree, Michael Jackson. I think.
Wasn't the Stones in there one time?
Oh, maybe
They were. I missed that one. I heard they're pretty good, and I think Tom Petty too, right?
Yeah, Tom Petty did it.
I saw Tom Petty a little bit before he passed away. He performed at Blues Fest, and that was a phenomenal show.
Yeah, what did he do? Did he die from a heart attack or overdose?
I think stroke or something like that. Yeah, heart attack, aneurysm, actually.
Any reason?
Yeah.
2006, the Rolling Stones played. And they're always like about 12, 13 minutes, eh? Like that's, yeah.
Yeah, they have to be the same time. Yeah. The Michael Jackson one, though, just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Like, it's just, it was such a performance. And having, I don't know if like anyone listening remembers, but at the end, they had the whole crowd holding up a piece of like a board.
Yeah.
And it made pictures of like
all different
children holding hands together, right? And just to coordinate that, I think is
it had to been
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, for sure.
Pretty cool.
And to have everybody do it, like not only like how do you even take all those seats and know which color to put where and how to stop and go, you know what I mean? Like it must have been
Tom Petty, they're saying accidental overdose. So
was it? Yeah. Anyways, I was never a big I didn't mind Tom Petty.
Well, that's like he was always on the radio. I liked him, but it wasn't like I wasn't rushing out to get his albums or whatever. But like, so my expectations were like, you're seeing this legend, perform good, but I was just blown away by the show. It was fantastic. It was really good.
Oh, there we go. There's start it up. There we go. On their stage, which is the Big Tongue. Best concert you've ever been to? What was it?
Best concert? I did see Stones, between Stones and ZZ Top.
Oh, ZZ Top would be
Top.
nice.
Yeah.
Who was the first concert you seen?
My very first concert I ever saw was... I'm not sure. I guess... Well, are we talking like rock concert or are we talking just musical?
Whatever.
Because my very first one probably would have been Nana Niskuri at the NAC.
Nice.
But I've seen my claim to fame is I wore Garth Brooks' hat.
Yeah, tell the story. This is a good one.
So I was over in New Zealand for a year living over there working on a farm, and I just gotten back, and a friend called me and said that they were setting up the stage for the Garth Brooks concert, and they think that once they get it set up, they're actually going to be able to sell some more tickets. And would I be interested in going? And I said, yeah, sure. So off we went, and the stage was like a C, right? Like there was the stage, and then there's 2 runways on either end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were right in the corner inside the inside stage. We were right there, and he went to play the American Honky Tonk Bar Association. And when I was in New Zealand, I had a Canada baseball cap that I wore all the time, and it was my pride and joy. And I had it on. And he came down onto the side stage there, and he reached for my hat to take it because it had Canada on it with a maple leaf, and I kind of went to swat him like fire off! That's my Canada hat. And so he reached down and took his Stetson hat off, popped my cap off, put his stinking Stetson hat on my head, and then put my cap on, and then continued to play Canadian Honky Tonk Bar Association.
Yeah.
Well, the dudes had to come around and protect me because people were trying to get my, and I kept saying, all I can remember was this like big guy. And I kept like poking him sort of in the belly because that's how tall he was and going, I'm getting my hat back, right? Like I'm getting my hat back. Like, anyways, he did give it back to me, but people were like, yeah, people are trying to steal it. And
That's amazing. Do you still have the hat?
the Canada hat?
Yeah.
No, it eventually, like, it literally just, like, fell apart after years of me wearing it.
Yeah, you have some pretty crazy hats, eh?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do.
You wear it until it just
Yeah.
disintegrates. And,
There's nothing nice, though, but like a good baseball cap that fits your head.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
And not all of them fit nicely.
Yeah.
Like, some of them in the peaks sometimes
No,
go
I
way
know.
up. And
It's so hard. Actually, the one I'm wearing right now I bought it because it just fits nice.
Yeah.
It's,
It's nice when they, like, fit right down into your head, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand these people who wear these baseball caps that they just, like, sit on the little dome at the top of their hat. Like,
Talk to my son Harrison. He has.
We've had this conversation. Yeah, it drives me crazy. I just want to go over and...
Or like I tell him like, I can curve the peak or whatever for it. Oh no, don't touch that. It's got to be straight sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
this new straight thing.
Yeah,
and,
Or keep the stickers on. I don't understand
I don't,
that. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, I got a lot of baseball
Yeah.
caps. Like in the summer, I always have a like out in the hayfield and everything. Well, I mean, obviously in the hayfield and all that, but like even
Me too.
I always, I know. I was just actually was thinking when you came in and you took your cap off. I was thinking it's been a while since I've seen you without
I've
a.
been wearing a toque. It's been a little chilly lately.
Yeah.
And I've been working outside. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. So baseball caps are, and they're freaking expensive now. Like,
Yeah.
But there's nothing nicer when you're given a cap from somebody that's a nice cap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's up. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Next. Board games.
What about board games?
I don't know. Do people play board games anymore?
I have a collection, and unfortunately, like we don't play them as much as we used to. Clue always seems to come
Clue.
back.
You guys play Clue?
Do you know what? At the store,
Yeah.
Levi's, there's a whole aisle full of board games, and they go like crazy.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
I think they're starting to have a little bit
There
of a
are
comeback.
people, yeah, and there's like little, events. It's sort of like a Wizard's Tower. Like I went into there, and that's like D&D. Like this is
What's Wizard Tower?
It's a place in Barhaven where they play more like role playing board games. I think. And yeah, there's
Is it an adult
like
only?
Dungeons and Dragons, right? And I think there's
Matt, what kind of store do you go into?
And they have,
role
like-
play.
specific dice. But yeah, there's a huge subculture of that. I have a collection of board games, but my kids, sometimes it's hard to like get everyone together, but you get a group. So like, what's the best selling one, would you say?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I found Mastermind at the Hub and
Oh,
original board and
that's
everything.
a good, yeah, with the old man and the lady.
Yeah, the old
black
the
background.
old dirty old man and the lady who's half dressed leaning over him.
Wearing a silk dress,
exactly,
I think.
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I used to play it all the time when I was a kid. It's a great game.
Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, I played that one. That's a classic.
I
That
keep
was
meaning to bring it to work. I thought it'd be a good
Mastermind, Clue. What was like the other ones that just sort of
There's Monopoly, but everybody plays.
Yeah, Monopoly, blah blah blah. Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
whatever. Scrabble was pretty
Oh,
big.
Scrabble.
Yeah,
I love Scrabble. Love
yeah,
Scrabble.
And yeah, I still like Clue though.
Payday? Remember
I love
Payday?
all. Didn't play that one
Payday?
as much. No.
No?
Not that one. No.
Yeah.
No. Life.
Life, I played, and that's
never
one I
played.
don't like it. But as a kid, that was one of my favorites.
Racco. Well, Racco really, it's more of a card game. Flinch is a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mastermind was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, forgot about that one.
Battleship. You
Battleship.
shrunk my battleship.
I love Battleship. Some of these games now, though, like Monopoly especially, they all have a different theme now. Or like Clue, like there's like, Friends, like TV show Friends version of Clue, like all the, and so like they're just like reusing these old classic games, which is great, but they're
branding their
nothing new is coming out.
no,
really.
exactly.
It's like all
You
these-
can't mess with Clue. Like you leave Mr.
yeah, it's a lot different now, but it's still a good game though. So anyway, what other ones?
There's got to be some classics. But yeah, no, I think they're slowly starting to
They're coming back.
make a comeback. And there's like so many. Or do you remember Hippopotamus? Do you remember Hippopotamus?
Oh yeah,
The four hippos?
Hungry Hippo.
Yeah, that's it.
That was
yeah,
a
yeah,
good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that it. I guess I don't know what's classified as a board game. I think you'd have to have a board. So
Well,
what
like,
is that classified?
There's some
as?
like here, like I just typed in classic board games like checkers, and that is a board game. I like want something with like dice or like little figure that you go around a board sort of thing, right? Like Snakes and Ladders is a popular one, but I don't know. Yeah.
We should. It'd be fun to have a board game night. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Operation. That was another big one.
Operation
Risk,
or
very popular.
what's the one there that
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, yes. It had all the different little shapes, and you had to put them in before it popped up.
Boggle? Not
no,
Boggle.
no,
That
no.
Boggle was a good one, though.
Boggle was a good one. I have.
Oh,
Boggle.
yeah. What was that?
What was that called?
Wasn't much of a board game player.
It was.
Connect Four was another one.
Connect Four.
It's like in that family of
And you
board
pushed
games.
it down, and then you set the timer, and then it had like a moon, a half moon, and like a hectagon and everything. You had to put them all the pieces in the right shape before the timer, because when the timer went off, it popped up.
Oh my god. I know what you're talking about. I forget.
What was that called? I used to have it. Oh crap!
Oh, Mousetrap was another one.
Mousetrap. I never played Mousetrap. But you remember, like, when you were a kid and you get really jealous because your friends would get these, like, really... Remember when Battleship came out as electronic?
Yeah, that was like intense, right?
That was high tech.
Oh, unbelievable high tech, yeah. Yeah, it was right up there. You were like king of the world if you're playing... I sunk my Battleship while listening to your Walkman with your...
Perfection.
Perfection.
That's the game.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
That
And
was
Simon,
an intense game.
that was a very intense
gave me
game.
anxiety, man.
I
Like,
know.
I was like, that's
And
a
then-
low-key, entertaining, difficult game. Back then, I haven't played it since I was 10, but
Probably
me out,
really
man.
suck at it now.
Yeah.
And then there was Simon, with you had the
oh
follow
yeah,
the-
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good. Yeah, that stressed me out as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, board games. It's a good. I think probably the cottages and all that. They're probably still pretty popular. But
Yeah, no, I have a collection for sure, and just saving it for when the power goes out or whatever, or tell the kids just to put the cell phones away and let's play a
Yeah.
game. We try to get that going every now and then.
what games outside did you play?
What came outside?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's usually sports related somehow. Football, street hockey. Street hockey was big in my neighborhood.
Same here.
Red Rover. Do you remember Red Rover at school?
Yeah, I remember it. I don't
And you
think we
clothes
played
hang,
it.
just as the person was going to run through. So anybody who doesn't know Red Rover, you got two teams, right?
Yeah.
You joined hands, and then you're like across the field from each other. We always played it at school, and you said Red Rover, I call Matthew over, and he comes flying across, and he tries to break through a arm hold of like you could pick anywhere you wanted, and if we held you, you joined our team, and if you broke through, then I think you went back and you took somebody back with you, didn't? And whatever team had the
I feel like this was a game that was banned at my school.
yeah, well,
British Bulldog.
British Bull. Oh, now is that the same?
That was another one, but we weren't holding hands, but it was something like that too. But
Yeah. Or you'd get the heavy rubber ball, and you'd sneak a pair of your mom's pantyhoses, and you put them in the bottom of the pantyhose, and then you stand up against the wall, and you'd whip it back and
I
forth
remember that.
against the
Yeah.
wall in front of you, and then people would try to run in and you touch the wall without getting schmucked.
Yeah, that was definitely banned at my school. Now, one thing I remember, nothing better, and we all have this, we had this memory, is when the custodian would go up on the roof of the
Kick all the
school
balls.
and bring all the balls out. That was the most exciting day. Anyone listening would agree, I think, of the school year, pretty much, when you're in
Yeah.
elementary school.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
All the tennis balls and soccer balls. That was fun. Yeah.
And tetherball.
Remember that? I went to school in Naismith. I think they had them.
Oh yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys have tetherball? That might have been too much for the city.
Not on my school.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about. Look, that's like the one with the pole, right? And the
Yeah.
yeah, I've definitely played that. Yeah, that's
Oh
one.
man, there was so many
That was
bloody noses.
There was
and-
one in La Paz, the hall in La Paz, I think, by the baseball diamond. We used to play that there.
And then you used to go on the monkey bars and have monkey fights. And you'd try to wrap your legs around the other person and then
Yeah, I
squeeze
hated
them
that.
off. And then you had to hold them in your legs.
Did you have the bridge that would go from one part of the play structure to the other? And it would slip down. One kid would sit or stand on the end, and the other kid would jump on it, and the kid would go flying up.
You mean the teeter-totter like?
No, not the teeter totter, just like a bridge, like
No.
Oh, that was a good one.
No.
That was a city slicker park, I guess, right?
So was the bridge like a wooden bridge?
Yeah, wooden bridge. Just
Oh, okay,
sloping,
I see what you mean.
Like I don't know what you call it. Just a hanging bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And then in
sad.
gym class, you'd have the when you'd
The
climb
jungle
the
gym?
ropes and everything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
No wonder kids were tougher back then.
no, I know. Yeah. And if you had fell, it'd be like, you're fine, get up,
Yeah, walk it off.
walk it off. Yeah.
I remember playing road hockey. So we had a neighbor on our street who was, I don't know. I think they they hit the bottle a lot, and they would drink and they would stare at us through the windows playing ball hockey. And whenever the tennis ball, we would play with the tennis ball, would just go even an inch on their property, they'd come running out and they'd grab the ball and they would run back into, and then they would call the cops on us. And like, we were just playing hockey. Like there was something wrong with these people. And, we called them the hags, and they'd call the cops, and the cops would come, and next thing you know, they're like playing a little bit of ball hockey.
hockey with-
It's just you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
There's some municipalities where they ban ball hockey now in streets.
yeah.
Now they do. Yeah.
And we were on a crescent too. Like this is like a quiet street back in the 80s, right? So it was a little ridiculous, but
Like, why would you ban ball hockey?
it depends. Yeah, no, I know. It's,
Like, it's just stupid.
like banning kids from playing outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's awful.
Exactly. But anyways, there's jerks everywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Balderdash.
Balderdash.
Speaking of games. let's go
Balderdash.
back.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat them again?
Yeah, may as well.
Okay. Sahento. A seedless fruit that only produces every 3 years, eyebrows that are very close, or the art of glass blowing outside while in below zero temperature.
All right. You want to go first?
It's got to be the eyebrows.
All right. I'm going to go with the seedless fruit.
Jonathan, you were right.
Ah. Really, eh?
Yes.
What made you think eyebrows? Just
Because the other two don't make sense.
What do you mean they don't make sense?
The seedless fruit.
Well, that was...
all fruits have seeds, I guess. Right? Yeah, that's true. It's good. Yeah,
There must be some art of glass blowing while in zero temperature.
I'm sure there.
I don't even, can you even do
The
that?
thing with like the fruit, like so, like a tomato is a fruit, right?
Yes.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Cucumber, but no one. So there must be like a seedless fruit out there, no? And
I don't know. Well, you know what? I will find out. You two chat away about something.
You know what? I'll
Seedless
do. I can do a chat
fruits.
GPT.
Which fruits are okay? Yeah. What common variety of seedless fruits include watermelon, tomatoes, and grapes?
There's seeds.
They all have seeds.
That's like I guess they've restructured them so that they don't have seeds in them.
Yeah.
now, but like naturally, yeah. I guess not. All fruit needs a seed, so makes
See what
sense.
chat whatever that thing is there called.
It'll probably say the same thing. Let me. Hey, is there such thing as a seedless fruit? Oh, hello. Oh, is there such thing as a seedless fruit? It's not.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, I'd like to know: are there seedless fruits out there, like a natural seedless fruit?
Yes, there are naturally seedless fruits, like bananas and some varieties of grapes. They occur through natural mutations and selective breeding.
There we go. So some would be natural mutation, selective breeding. I guess that wouldn't be as natural, I suppose. But you know what though? Like I find a watermelon with the seeds tastes better.
I'm not a big watermelon person.
Yeah. There was a big
Are you?
thing a couple of years
I don't
ago.
mind it, yeah.
Watermelon
Okay.
and mustard. People were doing that, and they said it was really good together.
Watermelon and
Yeah,
mustard.
my son Dawson tried it. Yeah, that
And
was
he
like a
liked it?
trending thing. A little bit after the Tide Pod.
The people who tried the Tide Pods, tripods,
No,
or
no.
whatever.
I don't think so. No, I think like apparently there is like the sweet and salty, right? There is
Yeah, I
something
guess.
to that. So
Listen, I at one time had chocolate dipped bacon, and I'm telling you, it was friggin' like to die for.
a peanut butter toast, put bacon on it, delicious. Yeah, it really is. It's pretty good. It's a lot though. It's very rich.
Any weird?
I like grilled cheese and bacon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Peanut
Yeah.
butter.
When I was in New Zealand, we do grilled cheese with pineapple.
No,
That sounds disgusting. What,
It was actually really good. They take the pineapple rings and put it on and then grill it and
what kind of cheese would you use?
I don't know, whatever cheese.
Do they have like Kraft single slices there? I don't know.
no, the blocks of cheese.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Blocks of cheese.
Grilled cheese though, it should just be the single slices though. I don't usually eat that cheese, but that's
Just you mean the Kraft single slice, not
Yeah.
the real cheese? Oh, I don't know about that. With ketchup?
oh yeah.
Kraft dinner with ketchup?
Yep,
Yeah, sometimes.
absolutely.
Oh really? Yeah. I used to put salsa in my Kraft dinner.
Joe has done that. My daughter's
It's not
done
that
that.
bad actually.
And then you have the white Kraft dinner, which is Annie's. White Kraft
Oh
dinner,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
Really
That's
good.
Oh, there's a lot of good Kraft.
Remember when Kraft dinner used to cost like 59 cents a box?
Yeah. It still does, doesn't it?
No. I don't know where you come from.
At Costco, you can get the powder in a big
Vat of it.
big vat of it. Yeah, big jar. Yeah, and then you
Just
can
make
just
your own.
add like extra if you want.
So I remember reading somewhere or watching somewhere that apparently to make really good smooth Kraft dinner, you don't drain the water and you add all the stuff in or something like that. There's a trick to making.
There's a lot of different ways to
Yeah.
do the Kraft dinner, but I've heard that before actually. But I like draining it. Just add extra milk
Yeah.
and butter.
Weirdest thing you've ever ate?
Say again.
Weirdest thing you've ever ate?
Nothing really unusual. I don't stray away very far.
Weirdest thing you've ever ate?
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, really nothing. I can't.
No.
Yeah.
When I was up, we have friends who live up in Mistissini, the
Yeah.
Cree Reserve up in north, and I went there back a few years ago for a walking out ceremony, and so walking out ceremony is traditionally children do not touch the ground outside until they. Now I believe I have this right. Until they have their walking out ceremony. Traditionally. Now that's not as commonly followed anymore, but the walking out ceremony certainly is. And what that is it's the welcoming the young child into the community by the elders. So you have your teepee with it that has all the elders in it, and they're blessed and welcomed by the elders, and then they walk out of the teepee on the ground. Traditionally for the first time, and there's a cedar tree there, and traditionally decorated in hunting stuff for the boys and cooking stuff for the girls, and then pardon me, there is either a dead goose or a dead bear cub or something to represent the hunting and the cooking and everything like that. And then they always have a big feast afterwards at the community hall or whatever. So I went up and I took part in this for Isaiah, and then we had the meal, and I had moose nostril, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I never would.
Moose intestine, which was absolutely
That's
disgusting.
awful.
Bear was really good. Not bear, I don't think is that really that.
Actually, I've had bear before.
It's really, really good.
I didn't like the one I had, but I don't think we cooked it properly.
And beaver. I didn't get to try any of the beaver brain because it went real fast. But then the other thing that happens is they hand out, the family will go around and there'll be meat from the bear paws, and it represents the hunting of for the men, and the back feet are meat from the back feet are fed to the men. The meat from the front feet are fed to the women, because the back feet represents a bear standing on its hind legs for hunting, and the front paws represent the eating of the berries and all that. So it was really quite cool. But
Nice.
yeah.
That sounds
But
awesome.
I mean, like I'm sitting there, and there's probably, I don't know, like there was, I guess, 3 different walking out ceremonies that day. So pretty well the whole community was there. And
Where is this? New Zealand?
no, up in Mistissini, up in Quebec, the Cree one of the Cree reserves. And so I and it was like a big table with all the food, and you just got your food, and then you came and sat down. And so I sit down with and I thought, oh, I'm going to try everything, like I'm going to venture in this. And I swear the whole place went quiet. and every once in a while you'd hear, the white person's going to start to eat. The white person's eating. And I looked up, and like, I swear there was like 300 eyes on me. And anyways, it was, I tried the moose nostril.
Pressure's on.
I have to say, there's some,
No,
really,
you'll never have that again.
really some funny photos of me like, "Ooh," and it was like chewy and it was gross, but they absolutely eat, like they reserve,
whole-
like,
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
unbelievable, like
Yeah.
unbelievable. What
I would probably stop. Yeah, the moose nostril. Yeah, I don't know about that, but
so when we got
That's right up there with grilled cheese and pineapple.
nice.
so when we got to pardon me, Paul and Paula's house that night, I went up with a student who I worked really closely with, who was down at Barrhaven for high school, and she invited me up, and we got, and it's like it's a 12-hour drive for us. For those guys who do it on a regular basis, they do it like in 8 hours. But I get there, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm beat tired, and I go down the stairs, down into the rec room downstairs where there's the bedroom. And in the rec room, in front of the fire, there's like all these geese laying there. And there's a box of like a whole bunch of bear paws and everything. So I'm like, what the hell have I got myself into? Like, but yeah, no, it was cool. It was neat.
That's awesome.
I think that's probably the most venturous thing I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
And
That sounds like it. Yeah.
and then it was really funny because then one time when the family came up here, and they came out to the farm, we had a big meal, and like Grandpa Matt had never had roast beef with horseradish, so it was kind of like, here's the trade-off now. Like all us white people are watching Grandpa Matt go to eat. Anyways, he took a big bite of it and didn't quite realize horseradish was as strong as it was, and had a bit of a shock.
I worked with a woman from China. She just moved from China, and she said that her and her family, they went to a little community event, and they were all shocked. So I guess where they're from, they're not used to eating celery raw. And they would always just put it in a stir fry and cook it up. And they had like at this community event, like all these, veggie dips or whatever. And there was all this raw celery people were eating with. And they're like, what the hell's going on? They weren't used to it. I was like, oh, that's
funny.
Yeah, I never thought of that. So, yeah.
Well, over in New Zealand, tripe is a big thing. Like, oh my gosh, that's just and the sound of it when they eat it, it's just, ugh. It's just gross. It's just gross. But
all right.
Anyways, time.
We're at 109. So usually it's 108.
It's usually around 108. I always say time.
Nice. I guess we could wrap this up, eh?
Yeah.
Good. All right, John.
Yeah.
Any last? Do your last shout out for Hockeyville. Hang on.
Okay.
This time I will record you. Okay, hold on. Okay, go.
Okay, if you're from Mississippi Mills, I need you to go to Kraft Hockeyville, Google it, and look up John Levi Community Centre and submit something or like something on there. We need points. We need the $250,000 to get a new canteen, and we would really like to have an NHL game in Almont. Thank you.
There we go.
Nice. That would be amazing if that happened.
Now, can anybody go on? Because I've been on, but I have to say I haven't really searched it that much. Can you see how many points you have so far?
I believe so.
Somewhere?
Somewhere. We can find it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can...
Yeah.
Well, the next podcast would it be March 2nd? Anyways, we can update. And then if you reach the top 4, you should come back on. And then we can...
Yeah.
When's the...
It's
March
first
6th?
couple of days of March.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Mexico the first week.
Nice.
So I can't come that week.
You're going to man the ship and then bail out.
Yeah. Well, no, but it's amazing that you started that, and best of luck. Honestly, I can't wait to just sort of pump that up and just spread the word.
Was this was this a talk around the table at the Legion one night that you should do it, or?
I heard some rumblings, and Chris Lowry put it out there too, and so I jumped at it. I was interested in getting it going.
Legions. That's something that's... I don't think Legions are really that big in the big city, eh?
Yeah. They can be. They're around for sure. Yeah. No.
Yeah, our Legions like...
Yeah, it's not the same, obviously.
Is
as
a well
smaller town.
maintained Legion.
We're a very active Legion.
Yeah. Two completely different things. But there are Legions.
But they don't have the sign-in book anymore, right? No. You used to be able to... I don't know if so... Before, if you ever went to the Legion, you had to be signed in by a member.
Yeah.
But still absolutely no hats. Unless on St. Paddy's Day.
Where else are you going to get a $5 beer?
That's right. Beverage, Jonathan.
Beverage.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, best of luck, John. Nice.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You want any last words?
No, you got a good one. Do I have? I'll put your grocery carts away.
It's our PSA. We didn't do a PSA today.
Yeah, next episode.
Do you have a public service announcement you like to do? We've done everything from like put your grocery cart away to...
Oh, I have one. Don't shovel your snow on the city road.
Was that going to be your PSA?
Yeah.
Okay, so funny enough, so Matt said
people dump their snow. They just shovel it out there. They want their driveway spick and span perfect, but then the road in front of them you can't drive on. There's these big mounds of snow. I was actually driving, okay, in the snowstorm, crazy, and all of a sudden my whole windshield went white. I look, and the friggin' guy had his snowblower, and he just sprayed it onto my van.
I think it's illegal to blow onto the
street. Exactly. No, but in Barhaven, it's everywhere. Because they have no place to put the snow. So just don't, your precious driveway does not need to be spick and span in the middle of a snowstorm.
Get there with a broom.
Just do enough so you can get in and out of the driveway, exactly. And then when everything is done and settled, then you can manage the snow. Don't... Like, your driveway doesn't need to be perfect all the time. So that's my PSA.
Here's one then. You mentioned the snow removal crew.
Yeah.
They now declare a extensive weather event. Mm-hmm. And the reason that is it allows them to take longer to clear the streets and that than it normally would. So people will stop calling and complain.
Yeah. Don't be a dick and complain about.
Give them time. They will get your street on a normal day.
Exactly, yeah.
And they'll get it done. They do a good job.
Yeah,
be patient.
Some people need to realize that the universe doesn't rotate around them.
Yeah, or their driveway. All right.
Well, so I said to you I'm going to write down what I thought. I thought your PSA was going to be to make sure you clean your vehicle right off with snow.
Oh, yeah. No, that's,
because the other day...
Right. Trace had like a foot of snow on top of her van.
And the other day I was looking out the window at work and Matt got out and then he went over and he picked up all these little pieces of snow off his windshield.
Oh, there was chunks of ice,
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll land it with my little blurb about if you're in the rural area and you see a vehicle coming towards you with a flashing green light, pull over because it's a volunteer firefighter. going to a call.
All right.
Be respectful.
All right.
All right. And
Thanks.
with that, thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, John.
You'll come back?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
That's
Okay.
fun.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.